The Bar Star Podcast is a show that aims for something a little different. It's hosted by a drummer who thinks he's a musician. But let's be honest. I know and you know that drummers are not musicians, right? Or are they? Hang on a second. Who wrote this crap? This is garbage. Nobody's gonna listen to a show put on by somebody they haven't heard of. Stupid. Crap.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Bar Star Podcast. I am your host, a still fucking extra stuffy Stephen O'Reilly. I can't get rid of this shit. I don't know what it is. Maybe I got the HIV. Sebastian's even here. It's just one of those days. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a good week. And as always, I hope you guys went out and did some shit. Make sure you check out my sponsor, Privacy Inc. They like to poke you with needles and put pretty rainbow scars in your skin. If you mention the Bar Star Podcast, you will get 10% off your tattoo by any artist in the shop, not just Travis. So go check them out. Check all that stuff out. By now, I'm sure that my intro music is faded out. So you have figured out by reading the description of this show. You guys are reading the descriptions, right? I mean, that would be kind of shitty if you weren't. I mean, you really should read the description. I take a lot of time to write those damn things. Nobody cares. What are you laughing at?
I'm trying not to.
I am hanging out with my buddy, one Mr. Ryan Preston. How are you, sir?
Hello, I am doing wonderful. Thank you.
You look wonderful. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
You have
I get that a lot from you.
You have nice boots on.
Thank you, sir.
I like your boot. My wife likes your boots.
She did. She mentioned that earlier.
She did. Stacy was like, "You should get some boots like that."
Your boots are epic.
I know. Well, I don't. She probably did say epic. I don't know.
I don't think she did. I put that in there. I heard epic. I didn't.
I'm going with you because I'll buy that for $1.
I hear epic everywhere I go.
That's because you, sir, are epic.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, how's things? How's life?
Everything is grand. Have a 5-year-old daughter. She's doing good. She's picked up drums. She will be a future student of yours.
I saw that.
Yes.
I saw her headbanging to AC/DC, which was kind of cool.
And she's picked up the heavy metal vibe. She loves it. She's always asking for guitar and drums. That's her two things.
Nice.
And
those are two good things.
Doing good. I got a little business going, and work's going good. Music's going good, and yeah, and I'm here. So
nice.
Life is great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, show's over. Let's go. Everybody's
That's
fucking
it.
happy.
Everything's perfect.
We're
There's
out.
nothing wrong with my life. Except for divorce and everything else. No, I'm kidding. So anyway.
Hey, everybody's got to get one out of the way.
Yeah,
I got my first one out of the way.
Exactly.
So, a lot of people don't know a lot about you.
Right.
Including yours truly.
Yeah.
We have not even known, I don't even think we've known each other a year yet, have we? I want to say that we met at the end of last summer.
I think so, yeah.
Does that sound correct
That
to you?
sounds right, yeah.
I mean, we've known a lot of the same people,
Mm-hmm.
and we've kind of crossed paths in the same circles, but you and I have never met.
Right, we've never officially met. I think we might have played one show together at Phoenix Hill.
In two separate bands.
In two separate bands.
Yep.
On two separate floors at the same time, but I don't think we ever officially met.
Some nice sign language you got going on there. Some people call that scissors.
Scissors.
We'll just leave that there.
But no, yeah, we know a lot of the same people. We've been around the same demographic and stuff like that. But yeah, it's only been kind of recent where we've crossed paths officially and really.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell the story of how we met because I want you to take it at the end of that.
Yeah. Kind of go from there.
You've done some cool shit. But because of how we met is where I'm going to start. A few of us were trying to do a different sort of project. Never got off the ground. So I'm not talking shit or trying to keep anything under wraps. It just timing, schedules, everything just didn't work. But you came in. I didn't know who you were. You came in to rehearsal one day and just started singing your ass off, and I started playing like shit because I immediately had a man crush. And we've been friends ever since. But you did. You fucking blew me away, because it's rare to find somebody that can do. First of all, it's rare to find a dude that has a range like you. It's also rare to find somebody that can do, I don't want to say metal vocals, but can go to that style and go normal style. But when they go to the metal stuff, you're not sounding cheesy. Right. It's very hard to find a dude that can do that. Yeah. And you kill it. So high five in a microphone.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
But that is how we met. And then the project never got off the ground, but we've been friends and we've hung out ever since. In fact, you've gotten on stage a few times with Gas Money. Mm-hmm. Hi, yes, Todd. You got to say hi to Todd.
Hi, Todd. How you doing, Todd? Love you. Your hair looks great.
Under the bus you go, my brother.
Ever since because kind of going back a little bit, like,
which is where I want you to go. I want you to kind of, like I said, I want you to go back through your history, because there's a lot of shit I don't know about you, even though you've told me a lot of stuff. And then when you started telling me about something you did in another country, I was like, oh, dude, you got to be on the show. So you start wherever you want. So if you get boring, I'm fucking editing your ass.
No, I'll try not to get boring, because there's a lot of
I'm kidding.
There's a lot of boobs.
I'm petting your leg right now. Oh my God, you're so cute.
Turning me on.
You're so cute. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
But so I won't go over Overthrown's history too much.
You talk whatever you want to.
So the way my band Overthrown started was basically a bunch of kids in high school got together. They're playing and stuff, and I was playing guitar since I was like 8 years old. Right. And so I had a cousin who was into drums. He was a little bit younger than I was. Him and his friends got a band going called Key Steel or something. They're doing like heavy metal covers, right? Like old stuff like Black Sabbath and stuff. A lot of people weren't really doing that. A lot of people were in like Limp Bizkit at the time and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I grew up with Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, everything. Right. So I went out and saw one of their shows. I was like, oh, this is pretty sweet. Well, at that show, their singer decided to disband and leave and not do anything. And so I was just standing there
in the middle of the show.
Yeah, and like pretty much in the middle of the show. And they were like, "Hey, you want to? We need a singer. You want to join and do some stuff?" I'm like, "Okay, sure, yeah, I'd love to," because they were great musicians. Greg Zolman, who is still with me to this day, he was one of the original guys. Mm-hmm.
Who I do not know well, but I do know that he's a good guitar player.
But you have met him, yeah.
Yes.
You've heard him play.
Yep.
So I got with him, started immediately working with him. Right. He showed me some original stuff he did. And me having a small, like, history with music theory and stuff, I was instantly like, dude, you have a gift.
You can count?
I can count. He
Sweet.
can, like, yeah, I was instantly like, dude, you have things. Because they were a cover band. So, like, when he was like, dude, check this song I wrote out, bro. It was pretty sweet. And I was like, okay. So he started playing this riff. I was like, dude, we should roll with this. Like, right. So we kind of we slowly did, covers here and there. And we'd roll some of the original songs and we'd write and throw some lyrics around and everything.
Now, what time period would this have been?
This was like 2002, 3, something like that, where we kind of got together, started working on some stuff. So he wrote the song that I coined Prepare for War. It was just thrash. It was like 3-4 minutes long, very short, very thrashy. Right. And I was like, it was right after 9/11 or, a little after 9/11. So I was like, dude, let's write like a war song. That'd be sweet. So we wrote about like war and destruction.
You're so fucking metal.
And yeah. And so we had our first song. That was the first song we ever wrote.
Right.
And so at one of the shows we played, we ended with that song and people loved it. So we were like, all right, cool. Let's write original music. So we started doing that. Anyway, one thing led to another. We had some band members come in and out and ultimately led with a couple different names like Exempt and Disruptor or something like that. And ultimately ended up with Overthrown. We had a bunch of like epic names. We were all drinking and smoking around a fire one night. And we were like, we went into Viking mode, just I'm Ryan, Rot Gut Preston, hail to the seas and Odin. And so we wrote down all these like crazy Viking names and stuff, and we came up with like Throne Over something. So we're like Overthrown, and that's the one we picked. And that's the one we stuck with.
You were like the whitest Viking ever.
Oh, dude, we were the worst Vikings in the world. It was crazy. like it was insane. We were like a bunch of geeky like kids from high school thinking of Viking names. But anyway, like so we just started writing, and in comes Jack Morley, who I think you've
I have played with Jack.
You played with
smoking bass player.
And my cousin was playing drums, and funny story. I'll tell you a stage story.
Not yet already?
Oh no, I won't go there. So anyway,
unless you have more than one.
I have a couple, but anyway, long story short, we ended up with Overthrown, Luis Lopez on drums, Jack Morley on bass, Greg Zolman on rhythm guitar, and myself, Ryan Preston, on vocals and lead guitar.
I like how you went to your radio voice right there. And then that guy, and then me. That was pretty good. I liked it.
Thank you. And so we just like the train rolled one song after another, and I think we played a small show, either Phoenix Hill or something, and Terry Harper got wind of us and said, "Hey, I got some metal shows coming into town. We'd like to, maybe open up for them."
Right.
The band that came through, I want to say it was like Sonata Arctica or something from Europe, like this big power metal band.
Right.
And they loved us and everything, and so like we kept getting these shows with these big bands. We haven't played a whole lot of just local original shows.
Yeah.
So like I think that's where a lot of our name became a kind of staple point in a lot of different places. But as far as like the local music scene, we weren't very well known. Just
you
because
didn't have a whole lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah, exactly.
You were more connected into the. I guess a better word is the regional metal scene.
Yeah,
so
I guess the regional thing. We had a lot of big name bands that wanted us to open up for them.
Right.
They're like, you blend with our music and everything. So that's kind of where that went. We started playing different places. We went to Milwaukee and opened up for Testament and Unearthed and stuff. That was really cool.
Nice.
And
Practice What You Preach was one of my favorite Testament records.
God, it was awesome.
And all their records were good, but I love that one.
Practice What You Preach is great. And hearing him, like Chuck Billy does not need a microphone.
Oh no. No.
We after we played, we were front row. We wanted to see Testament play. And he's just like, yeah, yelling, and you could feel the wind, like, like that. When you're like, I have a blow dryer in your face, or you're going down like a roller coaster, and your face is flopping in the wind.
No, I get it. Yep.
That's pretty much what it was.
Nice. You had flappy face.
Exactly. So
flappy Chuck Billy face.
Chuck Billy face. Testament fans will know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So from there. Steamrolled into this thing where big bands from Europe would come over. Well, one of the bands that came over was Primal Fear, and their artist was from France. And somehow, I can't remember exactly how, somehow we got tangled up with her, and she started doing our artwork.
Right.
And so then all of a sudden we had t-shirts and, our demos and stuff we could put things on, we had an actual
merch.
Yeah, an actual artist. And so, we'll pay you for your art and everything. And then, a couple years later, she's like, hey, I have these bands coming in to do some promotional stuff. Are you able to come to Europe and do that? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it.
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Yeah. So went over to Europe, worked with her on some stuff, met some big bands over there in Europe. Met one of the bands that played at Sonosphere.
Right.
He had, it was like the next year, they're like, hey, we're playing Sonosphere, blah, blah, blah.
Pause.
Okay.
I know what Sonosphere is, but
yes,
some people may not.
For a lot of people that don't know, it's a music festival in Europe. Typically, like the Megadeth, Metallica.
It's mostly a metal fest.
Slayer. It's a big metal fest. One of the biggest that I can think of other than Wacken.
Right. Wacken's huge.
Wacken's, open air, huge festival.
Mm-hmm. So that's what Sonosphere is, people. It is basically a European metal fest. Happens every year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
because Europeans still like metal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They love it. They're bonkers over it. They love it. So having that connection in Europe, it was really cool because she did all of our artwork and everything. While I was there, I was like, let's print out a bunch of demos. Cool.
Cool.
And so she handed them out to all these, big bands and stuff. She does artwork for. She was at NAM, the guitar,
NAM,
the big
NAM.
NAM.
Yep.
And she designed a
Do you
guitar.
know what NAM stands for?
North American.
Nope. Just stop.
No, I have no idea.
It's National Association of Music Merchants.
Music merchants. Yeah, I knew it. I knew what it was. I was just joking.
God, I love you. All right,
So anyway, yeah, I'm a guitar player. I don't even know what NAM stands for. Anyway,
That's all right. My phone autocorrects it every time I try to talk about it in a text, and it makes it go NAAM instead of NAMM.
my phone does the same thing. It's when I type love, it corrects it to Hail Satan. I swear
That explains so much.
it does, doesn't it?
Wow.
Sweet. Dude, metal. No, anyway, so
That's the Bar Star podcast cheap sound effects. Anyway, go ahead.
So anyway,
So she starts passing out all these
passing out all
demos.
these demos and stuff and everything, and invites us back over there. And one of the bands dropped off Sonosphere, and there we were, and we got to pick up a show at Sonosphere. Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax are playing on the main stage. We're over in like the parking lot, of course.
You're still in Sonosphere. Who gives a shit?
But yeah, we played, and there's like 5 people singing our songs, and I'm like, this is pretty sweet. We should keep doing this. So anyway,
Now, how long? Now, hang on. You can't just gloss
no,
over
no,
the
I'm sorry,
fact
I'm not
that you
trying to gloss
played.
over it.
I played Sonosphere, and then we came back and I had a chocolate milkshake. Now, fucker, it don't work that way. How long did you go to Europe? I mean, I don't want the entire fucking history of when you were there.
Right,
I'm just
right.
saying.
I went over there a lot. The band over there went there once.
Okay. So
I
you
went
only
over there,
went full band just for the Sonosphere show.
Right.
But you went back and forth
I
often.
went back and forth pretty often. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So, I went over there, T-shirt, like stayed in France with the artist and did all this promotional stuff. So try to get the name out as much as we can.
Right.
We started getting label interest, but it was over in Europe. So
Well.
here are these broke musicians, like, how do we get this stuff?
That's
It's
not a cheap travel.
no, not at all.
It's not like you're running up to Chicago. Hey, I'll
Exactly.
be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Another thing, like in the middle of all this, I sent some stuff to Guitar World magazine, and they had a small little feature of me and like what I play and stuff in Guitar World magazine in the 30th anniversary with Tony Iommi and Eddie Van Halen on the cover.
Nice.
And if you flip to like page like 26, there's a little tiny picture of me playing guitar and doing stuff. That's
This
pretty
is
sweet.
where I want a camera in here because your face lit up like a Christmas tree as you pantomimed flipping to page 26. You even know the page number.
I know all the.
Don't
I know
even fuck with me, dude.
I'm immortalized somehow. If anything, if everything goes south, I'm in a magazine.
You know, it's funny. The reason I bring that up that I find it amusing, I have 2 frames. I've been in Modern Drummer twice.
Yeah.
I have 2 frames where I cut the articles out and the cover and all that shit. It's all framed and it's all pretty. They're in my garage. I have no fucking idea what page number it's on. I don't remember what section it's in. I don't even remember the issue.
Right.
And you're like, page 26, you'll find me in my
Second
gear that
column.
I play. That's awesome.
Second column. Whatever. Yeah. Where am I going with this?
You were going back and forth to Europe.
Then back and forth to Europe. Okay. So then we come
And you
home.
played Sonosphere.
We played songs.
How many people were in front of you?
Probably.
You can't say there was only 5 people
Well, I
in
mean,
front
it
of
was
you.
like 2:00 in the afternoon. There was probably, I want to say, at the height of Sonosphere, there's probably, I want to say, like 200,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
It was in
it's
Czech
massive.
Republic.
It's massive.
It's a huge festival. When we played, probably 50,000 people.
So you played in front of 50,000 people.
Yeah.
High five into microphone.
That's pretty awesome.
That's badass.
Yeah. So
That's
all
beyond
along,
badass.
so and back home when we played shows, it was still the
3.
thing.
I'm kidding.
That 3, yeah. No, it'd be so.
I'm
well,
kidding. I'm kidding.
The thing when I came back from Europe, we did a headliner show at Headliners and closed the place for like a private shows like us and I think a band called Revocation or something and what was the other band? It starts with an A. It's a really hard to say. Agnoriasis or
Axe Grinder. We'll go with them.
Yeah, we'll go with Axe Grinder. Yeah.
Because I have no fucking clue. what you're
Apparently,
talking about.
someone brought up their name the other day. I was like, "How do you know them?" Anyway, so and then we did that, and that was pretty cool. And did a bunch of other shows, and then a bunch of stuff happened. We dismembered. That kind of ties into the stage moment kind of stuff. Yeah.
All right. Well,
And
give
then-
us this story, and then we'll do another story from the
Okay.
stage in that section.
So, a couple members of the band got into drinking and stuff heavily and made a public display of it, and then they were gone, needless to say.
That is the lamest fucking story ever. You're going to have to give me some more details. You
All
can't. Somebody made some stuff public, and then we all went home. No, it doesn't work that way, fucker.
So one of the dudes...
And you know the rules of my show. You have listened to a few episodes.
Yes.
You do not have to throw anybody under the bus if you do not want to.
All right, yeah.
But you have to give more than they made some drinking problems public. No, fuck that.
So we were in a public place, and one of the band members got out of their car and just dumped alcohol cans out everywhere and started shouting at people. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, screw you, I killed your parents and stuff. And and so...
Yeah, that's grounds for firing.
Yeah. So
See, that was good.
yeah, that was gone.
I'm in for that.
Seeing that, our drummer left. He was like, I don't want to be a part of that. Bye. So,
And but it wasn't even a dazed and confused moment. Like, fuck you, you're cool,
You're cool.
fuck you.
nope, it was just kind
It
of
was just all fuck yous.
I was like, I got Roadrunner Records on the phone, like wanting some music and stuff. He's like, nah, I'm good. We're leaving. So you gotta go.
People like that make me want to punch them in the throat.
Yeah. So then it was just Greg and I. And at that moment, then I got married and had a kid. He went off to like aviation school. Now he like builds planes for UPS and stuff.
He's all
It's pretty
smart and shit.
Yeah, he's all smart. I got all dumb. No, I had a beautiful daughter and everything, and then the marriage didn't work out so well. Got a divorce and moved back to Louisville. Started getting back into music again.
And that's when you got into, don't tell me. I can fucking see the, oh, shit.
I did get into a cover band called Wild Side.
No, not that one. Sonic Epitaph.
Sonic Epitaph. Yes.
See? Uh-huh.
Sonic Epitaph.
I knew something.
I was in Sonic Epitaph for a little while. That was pretty awesome. We I think we opened for a couple of big European bands as well.
Now, but that band was all original too.
They were all original, yeah.
Okay.
They
So I
had
thought-
keyboards. Oh man,
They were a little dark.
Great musicians though.
Oh yeah,
Amy Poole and Donnie Poole, Dmitry Yablonsky.
Are any of those guys doing anything anymore?
Dmitry actually recorded our most recent little demo thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of recording. I mean, awesome setup.
Right. I didn't know anybody in that band. I remember seeing them once, and I think there was a bill. One of the 47 bands I was in, Sonic Epitaph and us were on the same bill.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was my original band or if it was like you said at the beginning of the show, we were upstairs, y'all were downstairs. I don't fucking remember. I have no idea, but I know I've seen them.
But
I know I saw them back in the day.
Yeah.
And I remember them being really good, but I remember them being dark.
they're very dark. They were very
and I didn't realize,
symphonic.
yes, symphonic metal.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize you were in the band
Yeah.
until you brought it up one day, and I went, "You weren't in that band, but you had the purdy hair."
I had the pretty hair. I had that.
And
look
I can
in
pick
my
on you
eyes.
because I done lost all my shit. I'm
I
good with it.
know.
I had
I-
purdy hair
I
once.
thought about growing it out again, but I don't know. At
It's
this
too much
age, it
fucking
might
work
be
at this age.
too much work, and the thinning has begun.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for you.
Mm-mm.
Have you met my head?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
I've
everybody's met
I
my
met it
head.
a couple times.
Yeah.
No.
So,
Okay. Let's get back on track.
yeah, let's get back on track. I'll decide if I'm going to keep that or not.
The broken track we're on anyway.
Now, what I cut you off about Wild Child. What was Wild Child?
So, Wild Child was a cover band that I was invited to try out for. Justin Kohlenberg was the guitar player. A couple other really good guys. And I was a singer. I was like, no, I'm going to go try singing, because I sang with my band. I had some singing, lessons and everything. I knew how to sing.
Right.
In Overthrown, I was doing lead guitar and singing, so I couldn't do 100% of either one of them.
Gotcha.
So I was like, I'll give it a shot. Why not? So I go in there and sing, and like immediately they called the other guy. I was like, we're good, bro. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but that is exactly how it was. It was like, maybe we're good. So we did a lot of...
it happens.
It was like a lot of like 80s hair metal stuff with a little bit of 90s kind of rock metal in there, like some Alice in Chains and stuff.
Right.
But we mostly did stuff like Motley Crue and everything.
Never heard of them.
I think me neither. Anyway, I think we came in second in this big like local cover band thing.
Oh, nice.
But no, it was really cool. I loved it. We sing a lot of Journey, a lot of
Never heard of them.
Poison. Is that a band?
Maybe.
Poisson.
I see what you did there with your French connection. I see what I did there.
Poisson.
No, that's cool. Now, what time period would that have been?
That was 2000. I want to say 2010. Wild Side was pretty cool.
Was it Wild Child or Wild Side?
Wild Side. So it was like the Motley Crue song.
No, I get it, but
yeah.
a few minutes ago I said Wild Child and you just kept running it. So now I look like a fool on my own show.
I just run with it. It's okay.
No, that's okay because I kind of like it.
I'm
all about looking
Your
like an
name's
idiot.
Bob, right? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and if you spell it backwards, it's Bob.
It's Bob. Look at me. Look at me, I'm Bob.
Look at me, I'm Bob. Anyway. So obviously you weren't in Wild Side very long.
No, it went for about a year or two, I think.
And then Sonic Epitaph was after that.
It was in there somewhere. There was like, I went from Overthrown to Wild Side to Sonic Epitaph, back to Overthrown for a minute, and then it just, there was a show that we kind of got back together with. We hired,
Which we?
Overthrown.
Okay.
Death Angel came through, one of my favorite like thrash metal bands from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry Harper was like, we were emailing back and forth. He was like, hey man, Death Angel's coming through.
Was Pete Sandoval playing drums for them?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not a huge death metal guy.
Yeah.
I've been a metalhead forever. It's my roots, but
right.
I'm fickle and weird about death metal. But Pete Sandoval, that dude's a fucking machine. He's
amazing.
Just a beast.
And
first time I ever saw him play, he had a full double tier cage, and the entire cage is swaying back and forth. And I went, yeah, I'm not fucking with that dude ever. Not in drums, not in life, not in a dark alley. No, fuck that.
So he was like, all right, like you guys would be perfect for Death Angel. I mean, match up perfectly. We draw the same kind of crowd and everything.
Right.
It'd be great. Because there wasn't a lot of bands like us in Louisville, like kind of thrash power metal bands.
Right.
There was a lot of like one side or the other. There was one like super death metal, just like brrr, cookie, cookie, cookie. Or there was like,
I love you for that.
Or there's like the other spectrum where it's like rainbows and sunshine, and so like
I like the cookie. That was good.
And so I feel like we filled that void where like a band similar to like Megadeth or something came through.
Right.
We could draw that same type of crowd. So you didn't have like emo guys at Megadeth shows and they're all beating each other up.
I wish my grass was emo. It would cut itself. Sorry.
I haven't heard that one. That was pretty good. So
one of my students told me that 10 years ago, 5 years ago, told me a long time ago. He came in and he says, squirrel story. He came in and he said, hey dude, I wish my grass was emo so it would cut itself. And he busted out laughing, and then he left the lesson. Like, he didn't even come back.
It's like I just wanted to tell that joke.
That kid wins forever. That's fucking amazing. So, anyway, that's the biggest reason why I've never forgotten it is because the way he did it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty epic.
And I think he was 13 or 14.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. It's like, that kid's my fucking hero. Anyway, carry on.
So we emailed back and forth, and he was like, "Hey, man, we have this Death Angel show coming through with Lazarus AD, who is an up and coming band from, I believe, like Wisconsin or something."
You said it wrong.
Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Wisconsin.
It's from Wisconsin.
They're from Wisconsin. And we've heard of them before too, just from like looking up like bands and stuff.
Right.
And so we were like, oh man, I'd love to, but we don't have a drummer or a bass player.
Right.
This is Greg and I. I was like, let me see what I can pull together. There we were looking for a drummer for the show, which Death Angel is headlining.
Right.
And we're going back and forth with Terry Harper. And I told him, I was like, look, man, we don't have a drummer. We don't have a bass player. And he's like,
see if you can put something together.
Yeah, see if you can put something together. Scrambling. You know, Jack Morley decided to come in and do this show with us. I was like, great, we have a bass player who knows our shit.
Right.
And
always a plus.
Yeah, always a plus. And literally the day before.
Did you just use the L word?
Literally. The day, I hate when people say literally before they say something. What jack-offs.
Wow, you don't pay attention to my show at all. Get the fuck out. I'm done with you.
I did say the L word. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
I love you. How about that L word?
No, you don't.
I do.
You don't.
So
you literally don't love me, fucker.
So there
That's
were.
how the L word is used on this show.
Literally.
No, not that bad.
Oh,
That was like
literally, little Hobbit.
I've lost control of you, sir.
So
the water is tainted.
The day before, well, maybe like 3 or 4 days before, we get a call. Hey, I got a drummer. Here you go. He's awesome. Do this guy. I'm like, okay. So we sent him our stuff like
Right.
3 days before. We sent him like 4 or 5 songs to learn. I just play 4 or 5 songs. We're opening up for this band, and we probably only have like 45 minutes or something, like 30 minutes or something. He's like, all right, cool. Yeah, I got it. Sweet. I'm like, okay, cool. When can we get together and practice them? And like the next day, like the day before the show, he's like, come over to my place. We'll practice. It'd be awesome. So we go to his place, Brandon Cunningham, and set up. He counts off 1, 2, 3. We start the songs. We go through all 5 songs without a hitch. We're like, great, you're in. Let's do this. We set up. We go to the show. And yeah, he knocked it out of the park. And that was our last live show with Overthrown.
So why didn't you try to put it back together after that? Not interested at that point?
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, I mean, Jack Morley left. It was just kind of a one time thing. It was really hard to kind of get it back rolling again.
No, that makes sense. I'm with it.
Yeah, the momentum wasn't there anymore. We still had the outside of Kentucky support,
right?
But it was kind of hard to get there without a full band. And then it just kind of dispersed. I went and got married. Greg went and did his thing.
Right. Now, what are you doing now?
Right now,
besides jumping on stage every now and then with me.
Yeah, exactly. So fast forward a bunch of years to last year.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit that you got married and had a kid. Nobody fucking cares.
No one cares about that stuff. Yeah, no, it really
totally kidding.
Is stupid.
I've only met your daughter once, but her videos are awesome.
She's amazing.
Any child that can headbang to AC/DC,
yeah,
I'm in.
She's
good kid.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And how old is she now, though?
Ryan Preston, you're awesome.
You're the bomb. How old is she?
She is 5.
5.
Yeah,
okay.
She'll turn 6 in November. So fast forward, and I start wanting to get back into music. Mm-hmm. I'm my own person. I'm single. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to get back into music. Start buying guitars. I start, relearning all this old stuff that I haven't done in a while.
Now, what we didn't tell everybody was who is responsible for you and I meeting.
Oh, Mr. Joey Goldsmith.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, buddy. If you're listening,
he better be here. I'm going to kick his big ass.
Yeah, I'll kick his ass.
I only say big ass because he's taller than me, but everybody's taller than me.
I'm going to be in a cabin in the woods with you soon.
So I'm going to get Joey.
You with Joey. Yeah. We'll be in a cabin in the woods, probably naked. I'm coming for you, buddy.
When we leaving? Notice I said we.
Yeah. Sometime in the end of June, I believe.
Oh, well, we'll have to kick his ass way before June.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll kick his ass tomorrow on lunch or something.
Yes. Okay, so anyway, it is Joey who introduced us.
Yeah,
and for those of my peoples that hang with me every week, smoking bass player.
Stupid good bass player.
I did not know how good he was till the first time I played with him, and we've been we've been hanging out and trying to play butt buddies. Wait, what?
Fuck. Why does the butt keep coming up?
Because he's just
so good.
He's so good.
The way his fingers just gently glide across the strings, the body of the bass. I mean my body. I mean the strings. Damn it.
Whew, I got carried away. No, Joey, I'm super particular about bass players, obviously, drummer. Yeah. But I'm not particular in the traditional sense.
Right.
I'm particular because I'm more of a melodic drummer, which when I tell people that, they go, huh, I ain't fucking my vamp.
Yes, as a guitar player, I even know you can tune drums.
Well, there is that too.
Yeah.
Yes. But I tend to lean towards the melodic side of things when I'm playing, especially in original stuff.
Right.
But point is, when Joey and I, first time we ever hooked up and played together, it was magic.
Magical.
It was very magical.
Yeah. Yep.
And then our schedules keep not working out, but we will play together.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like you and I will play together. So, back to you. Enough
So
about
there
Joey.
was-
Fuck him.
Screw Joey. He'll have his chance.
You had your chance, pal. You blew it.
So there I was, this guy. I cut all my hair off because I had to get a job because I wasn't making money doing music anymore.
J-O-B, if you want to be with me. Oh,
Me
sorry.
with me. And see how well we work together?
That was pretty weird that I can't believe I actually did that. I may have to edit that out. We'll see what happens. Carry on.
And so there I was. I cut all my hair off. No one really recognized me anymore. And that's cool. I was flying under the radar, just kind of practicing getting my chops back up. I was talking to Joey, and he told me you guys had a thing going on.
Mm-hmm. We did.
And
that's how you and I met.
yeah.
He brought you to rehearsal one day.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's say it like a 12-year-old. He brought you to practice one day.
We went to band practice.
You went to band practice.
In the basement.
In the basement. It really was a basement.
It was cool.
It was cool. No, but that's cool. I didn't realize that you had done all the stuff that you have done until, I guess, a couple months ago. You came out to a show, or we might have all went out. I don't remember what it was, but you and I were talking, and you said something about playing Sonosphere, and I went, oh, what the fuck you mean you played Sonosphere? And you
Still
told
my
me.
little like bracelet things they give you.
Oh, from Sonosphere?
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty sweet. It's like locked away in a little thing.
Nice.
Like,
look at you with your little keepsake box.
I know. So we were like, basically, we were at the peak of like doing something super awesome in music, and it just all fell apart. And so we kind of went under the radar for a few years. And
Well, I think and when I say what I'm about to say, when I say things like what I'm about to say, people always accuse me of being a jaded asshole. And it doesn't come from a place of jadedness. It's honesty. I think there's way more of us that have gone through that shit.
yeah,
Gotten so fucking close, and for whatever reason,
it just didn't work.
it just didn't work. I think there's way more of us than people realize. I'm in that boat.
Yeah.
I've never talked about it on the show, but I turned down Crossfade. How fucking dumb am I?
Yeah.
Now, granted, they're not doing anything anymore.
Right.
But at the time, they weren't Crossfade. They were a band called Sugar Daddy Superstar from Columbia, South Carolina. I was in a band called S Tribe. We played together all the time. Played a lot of the same bills. They were getting signed by Columbia Records. Matt Pinfield was their A&R guy. And their singer had approached me. I don't remember when. Time period was early 2000, like 2000, 2001. Early 2000s.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, man, we're getting signed, but our drummer can't go. He doesn't want to do it or couldn't do it. I don't remember the circumstances because I'm fucking old and I've done a lot of shit. And I can't remember anything. But the point is, he offered me a spot in Sugar Daddy Superstar. It's like, we're getting signed. We need a drummer.
Sweet.
And we want you. We've seen you play. We're all friends. We know each other. So I turned it down because my band was being looked at by Sony.
Right.
Legitimately being looked at by Sony. Everybody in Columbia, South Carolina at that time, we were all getting looked at or signed.
Right.
Because Hootie came out of there. When Hootie and Bloodfish blew up, I mean, everybody that had any clout was kind of looking at Columbia going, what the fuck else is down there? Then Edwin McCain got signed. And he blew up.
Yeah.
Band called Dylan Fence. They never got huge. In the southern region, they were huge, but they were another one that all these bands just started coming out.
Right.
The Columbia, South Carolina area. So we were all, fuck yeah, we're all going to get signed.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. And 2 months after I turned down Sugar Daddy Superstar, my singer came in and said, yeah, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm moving to Texas. And all the songs were his, basically.
Yeah.
He was pretty much the main songwriter. So he leaves. And in my head, and I even wrote this in the book, I know this is not an actual, real, legitimate timeline, but in my head, it seemed like 2 weeks after he moved to Texas, Crossfade was on the radio with that hit they had, Cold.
Yeah.
I have, and you can't see it from where you're sitting, but
like
all my
recording in
CDs,
his basement or something.
Yeah,
like that?
I have the original first record of Sugar Daddy Superstar, which is all the same songs.
Yeah.
What they did was they just took that record that he had. The singer's name is Ed. I forget his last name.
Right.
They took this record that he had and just remastered it and repressed it and repackaged it and released it.
Put it out, yeah.
And put it out. It's a great record. Yeah. I'm not busting on any of it, but I'm bandless. The band that offered me the shit on the fucking radio, they're going on Ozfest, and I got nothing.
Yeah.
Long story for me to say, I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
I fucking get it.
That reminds me, speaking of the Cold thing, there's this thrash metal band that blew up really fast, and that's another thing. I think for us, everything happened way too fast.
I can see that.
We weren't really ready to take the bull by the horns and everything. And it just kind of passes by almost.
Right. Yeah. I don't, and I'm not going to tell any of the stories, but I know of a few instances where shit happened too fast and the guys didn't know what to do. And it was like, fuck it, I quit. I can't do this.
Yeah. Cause I was doing it. I was managing, I was doing it.
Right.
We didn't have time to do anything because everything was like, oh, come here. Like, okay.
Right. No, I get it.
So, a couple years after everything kind of disbanded and everything, this band called Sanctity, look them up. They have a badass album called Road to Bloodshed. Great, upbeat, super awesome thrash metal you could sing to. Their singer Jared had a kid, and we played a show with them or something at Headliners, and I got to talk with their drummer, and who was supposed to do studio stuff with us.
Right.
Ended up not working out for whatever reason, but they invited me out there to. The drummer, hey, I know your style is like us. We're looking for a singer for our new album and everything. I was like, I'm in. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Hi,
let's go.
I'm here. Yeah.
They're from Asheville, North Carolina.
Very pretty city.
Yeah. And so me and my buddy Ben Burris got in the car immediately. We're like, yeah, we'll be there tomorrow. They're like, great, cool. Because it was like Friday. They were going to practice Saturday. They're like, come in, just jam with us or whatever.
Right.
So we got in the car, drove, most beautiful drive.
Did you go the back way?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Yeah. And so we met up with them at a Subway. Like these guys that like I idolize, they're all in like the gym shorts and stuff. And like we hung up at Subway for a little bit, talked. We went to this huge storage unit with all their equipment, all their touring gear and everything. And busted out like 3 or 4 songs or something like that. Just kind of jammed them really hard. They gave me some, like try this, try In Flames type voice, try whatever. And went really well. And they're all like, man, we loved it. That's awesome. And I was ready to move to North Carolina. I was like, yeah, they were signed with Roadrunner Records. They were touring the world. Like, this is it.
Yeah, let's go.
Here it is. Let's do it. Get back home. Like 3 days later, they all dismembered. Everybody just went their separate ways.
How the fuck you going to have a deal on Roadrunner and then just end your band?
Yeah. Everybody was just like, man.
Now I'm depressed. Now I don't want to be a musician anymore. No. Good thing I'm just a dumber.
But it was cool. But now here I am, and I'm happy. I'm doing music again. And yeah, we'll get to all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have some stuff coming out, and you and I may or may not have something cooking.
Yes, I've been kind of talking with you and possibly Joey Goldsmith if he wants to do it. And Greg and I have gotten back together and are writing again. We're going to keep a couple of our old songs, the ones that like went over really well, and write a bunch of new stuff, get some feel with some other musicians. And we want to finally record a full album. We've never recorded, everything went so fast we never had time to record an album. We had a demo with a few songs on it.
Right.
But we want to record a full album. I think Greg and I are going to record the guitar tracks with our studio, and then just do drums and vocals elsewhere.
And bass. Don't forget about bass.
Do we have to have bass?
Well,
there wasn't Justice for All.
I was. Oh, you fucker! You beat me to it.
I got it.
Oh, damn it! Shut.
See, great minds think alike, though. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yes, that's the plan. Basically, as of right now, all we really want to do is, because Terry Harper's been blowing us up. Hey, I got this metal band coming through. Can you put some stuff together? I'm like, bro. So when a band comes through, they need a good opener. Basically, this came out of us going to see bands we love, and the opener's just completely sucking. Like, I feel like, and I don't know if they're from Louisville or not, I just feel like all these like local support bands and local bands, it's been garbage. Oh my God. I'm not naming any bands. I don't even know who they are. But I'm like, man, dude, like it's almost ruins, because the opening bands they're not even the same ballpark.
Right.
Like we had like Iced Earth came through. This like American power metal band.
Oh yeah. They've been around for
the 80s, since the 80s. Like,
yeah.
And then Sanctuary, the singer from Sanctuary died, and so they had these guys from a band called Winterfell sing for them. The guy nailed it. It was awesome. So we got to see a legendary band open up for another legendary band. Right. And then there was just garbage local support band that was just nowhere near the same type of music. And like you look around and see the vibe. I'm looking around like there's people here. Look at these people.
Look at all the people in my office.
Yeah, and you look around like the vibe. They're just like, let's go get a beer. Let's go, buy some T-shirts and stuff. And I'm like, man, like, dude, let's be the good opening act.
No, I get it.
We have an audience to play to. The audience is already there. We don't have to go around playing, garbage shows trying to build an audience or anything. The audience is already there. We just want to be a good support for good bands. Every once in a while, I get a call. Hey, would you like to play this show? Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
No, I get it.
And that's kind of, at least right now, that's pretty much what we want to do, is play some good metal.
You gotta say it like Rob Halford. Metal.
We got to play some good metal.
Metal.
And just kind of, play a good band, see if people are still into it, and go from there,
No, I dig it.
So I think fans of Iced Earth and Megadeth and all them, I think they'd really dig our stuff.
I hate it. I think it's garbage.
Yeah, I know you do.
It's a total lie. It's not garbage.
But if we had a good drummer, I think it would sound amazing.
I think it would sound better than that fucking drum machine shit you showed me.
It was, yeah.
Again, I'm lying because it was good. Because that's what I said when you showed it to me. I went, that's a drum machine? And you went, yeah, and I fucking programmed it. And I went, all right, I'll give you props. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It was all right, yeah.
So let's move on to social media issues.
Oh, yes.
All right, so what do you got for me? What do you got for social media issues? You were a little excited when I brought this up earlier.
Dude, like, so the world has passed you by when 9-year-olds are on YouTube cussing at their parents making $500,000 a year. Like,
yeah, that's a good point. I saw a meme the other day, not to cut you off, but this just popped in my head. And I'll say it because I don't give a fuck. Some fat kid, very fat kid, with green body paint.
I saw that.
Was jumping around in the woods. Yeah. And underneath it said, "This fucker makes more money
than you." I think I posted that.
It might have been you, actually.
I think I did. I said that. I was
How does that make you feel about your life?
Oh my God, dude! Like,
anyway, carry on. I interrupted.
No, but I mean that's. I mean, you got Facebook, and you got people posting their selfies and doing all that kind of stuff. Whatever. It is what it is. I think the social media is a good platform for business and a good way to spread the word without physically spreading the word, the old-fashioned way. You don't have to hop in a van, go around, handing out stuff. Anyway, but man, like the whole, I feel like it's a social epidemic, or
a social handicap,
yeah. So
or a social blocker,
yeah, like a physical,
or a social crutch. I can keep going. Like
you and I sitting here having a conversation, and I feel like a lot of people can't do that. I go out to restaurants with my girlfriend, Nina, who's in Maui. How you doing?
She's hot.
She's super hot. And she's probably naked in a beach somewhere. Anyway.
Where's your phone? You need to pull them pictures up.
I turned my phone off to be, social.
Fuck.
But that's the thing, you go out to a restaurant or something, and so you're looking around, and everybody's on their phone, not even like communicating with each other, and it's like, dude, like have a conversation with the person you're with, you know, and then the whole YouTube thing, some of the YouTube things pretty cool, they got some good ideas going out there, and they're making some money doing it and stuff, but like Lil Hey or whatever the hell her name is, like literally a 9-year-old goes around like cussing at other kids and like flicking off her parents and like beating up, Christians and stuff. I don't know. And like she waves around like she's just making all this money. And here I am like working my ass off, like, trying to do something I love and everything. And I'm like, that's like what kids are growing up viewing what success is.
Oh, absolutely.
And I just
How
feel
about
like,
the Cash Me Outside girl?
And the Cash Me Outside, now she's like this big rapper, like,
who got a multi-million-dollar deal.
A big ass contract.
You get multi-million-dollar deals for real amazing musicians.
So yeah,
but you can get it for some country bumpkin dumb bitch who said some shit that was kind of funny on TV.
Yeah, they just like, and that's the thing. That's what is augmenting.
Great, you've depressed me twice today. Thanks.
Well, that's what's like augmenting people's views of reality. They're
Absolutely.
That's what they're gonna go for instead of actually being talented. They're gonna be like, oh, well, talent doesn't get you anywhere. I'm gonna go cuss out Jim Carrey or something. Like, or like the blonde kid who like walked around Japan, like, yelling at everybody and whatever. And I mean, he's no longer famous. Who cares? But I don't know. Like, I'm like on the fence still with social media. I think it's a good way to get whatever you're trying to do out there.
Right.
It's just there's a lot of shit being thrown out there to the point where, that's what people are striving for. They're striving for the dumbass shit instead of actually talented stuff. So the talented stuff's not getting heard.
I had a student a couple days ago who I go through this every week with all my kids. Did you do your homework? Yes, no, maybe. Sort of, kind of, whatever their answer is.
Right.
This one kid said no, and I said, as I normally do, I give him shit about it. I'm like, well, what did you do instead of doing your homework? And he proceeds, and I legitimately don't remember the person's name, but he proceeds to tell me that he's been watching this YouTube series about this dude who lives his life. I will repeat that. A YouTube series about a dude who lives his life. Basically, there's some fucking it's Roman something. It's Roman something. Anyway, I don't even want to give this guy a plug. But
Roman candles are cool.
Roman candles are cool. Have you ever seen a German Shepherd chase a Roman candle?
You should look it up on YouTube.
You should look it up on YouTube.
Feed into their ad revenue.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, this guy basically just films his life, him and his wife and his kid,
things, yeah,
just doing shit, and he's got multi-millions of views.
Yeah,
which
insane.
means he's getting lots of ad revenue.
We did the math,
but the point is, before you to get to the math thing, this kid, my student, didn't practice or do his homework.
No,
do my
watches
homework
it like a sitcom, probably.
Yeah, because he's watching this dude quote live his life on YouTube.
It's like what happens to your life? Like live your life, what the hell?
It drives me batshit. So you did the math on what?
So we did the math on like the whole ad revenue thing, and it comes out to roughly $2,000 per million views or something like that. I saw a video the other day that had 10 million views on it. One video. So that's what 2,000. That's $20,000 on that one video, and then he's got 100 million videos or some shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I understand, like, that's a way to make money. Go ahead.
I get it.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. However you can make money and not have to break your back, I'll say it here now. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
What bugs me about it, since we're talking about it, is when you have a talentless fucking hack.
Yeah.
There, I said it. Who doesn't know whether to shit or wind his watch.
Mm-hmm.
but he's a millionaire because he slapped some green paint on him and made a fucking joke.
Yeah, and
That's not even funny.
because it's been shared so much, that's what people think success is nowadays. Or like, I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying like
I get what you're saying.
the general
Everybody
consensus
is used
is
as a blanket statement.
yeah,
I get it.
instead of doing constructive, hey, let's go on YouTube and make stupid shit and hurt ourselves and see if we can make some money. Let's eat some Tide Pods or snort condoms. Why don't you take the Tide Pod, shove it in the condom, stick it up your ass, and sniff some cow shit? There you go. You know what, Tide? Now, this is a message to Tide. Here you go. Make the Tide Pods stronger, okay? I don't want my clothes to be dirty coming out of the wash because some idiot kid got a hold of a Tide Pod and ate it and died. Fuck that kid. You know what? I actually like. What is it called? Natural selection. we don't have to have euthanasia. This is taking care of it for us.
What?
Like fuck.
Yeah,
Like
you ever heard of a comedian named Bill Burr?
yes, I love Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
I'm about to go in my Bill Burr accent.
Bill Burr.
Fuck them.
Yes.
Fuck the kids. Let them die.
Lions don't do that shit.
Lions don't do that shit.
He talks about that.
He does.
Natural,
Yeah.
Hey,
Natural
we
selection.
need a plague.
Yeah.
Remember when he was talking about that?
Lions aren't like, hey, maybe, tone down on the gazelle a little bit. We're thinning the herd too much. No, fuck them. They go after the fucking head gazelle and they fucking kill the bitch. If you're a parent and you can't, if you're a parent and you can't stop your kids from getting to the Tide Pods, you fucking join them. Eat a Tide Pod yourself, you stupid bitch. Anyway, sorry, that was horrible.
Need you to calm down.
All right, I got it all out. I got it all. That was exciting.
That was exciting. You can think about that and tell me if you want me to keep it or not.
I don't care. We can get into religion and all sorts of fun stuff.
Oh, no. Three things I don't talk about on this show. Politics, religion, sports.
Good. Thank God.
Not happening.
Thank God. Let's talk about metal.
All right, fine. So let's move on to stories from the stage.
Stories?
What is it with you fuckers always talking?
There's no... There's no...
I forget there's music here. I like it when you motherfuckers try to come over and take over my shit, and then when you leave, you go, oh yeah, he edits the whole thing.
He edits the whole fucking thing out.
Yes, I
Guess
do.
what, Ryan? your show was 10 minutes.
All right, so what do you got for me?
Oh, man. Let's go to the...
I don't know if anything can top you playing Sonosphere, because that's fucking amazing.
That was pretty cool.
Pretty cool? I'm going with amazing.
No,
50,000
it was fucking
heads
it was
in
fucking
another
amazing.
country.
Yeah,
That's
it was
fucking amazing, dude.
It was pretty fucking amazing.
Don't belittle that one.
No,
That's
no,
fucking amazing.
And I don't blow up anything, but that was pretty fucking cool.
I've played in front of 11 or 12,000, 10,000, somewhere in there is my biggest crowd I've ever played in front of, and that was fucking amazing to me.
Yeah, I think
I can't imagine 50,000. I've seen a bazillion pictures over the years of stage what that would look like, but
and of course there was
different
nobody
when you're there.
There was nobody over there that knew us, so we don't have any video or anything. I have know, the band pass or whatever.
Right.
There is a video clip on YouTube of me joining one of the bands at the after party. There was like an after party show thing at this little bar that one of the French band from France went to and got us up on stage.
Did they have croissants?
No, they did have croissants.
Croissants.
And we sang a bunch of like covers with them. It was really cool.
Nice. Very cool.
Let's go back to the beginning of Overthrown. We were at this place called Twice Told, way out in Oldham County somewhere, and Ben Christ, who was the singer before I joined.
Right.
He was the big guy. He was like,
I read that long ass biography. It took me a couple times to get through it because I fell asleep.
He wrote that.
Jesus, Pete, that thing was long.
Yeah, and
I didn't say it wasn't good.
No, it was. I was actually surprised how well written it was.
It was a book.
Yeah, and so we're playing as Exempt, I think is what our name was at the time, and Ben Christ was there. He was kind of our hype man. He would fucking Exempt Overthrown, fuck yeah. He looked like this big Viking motherfucker. He'd wear this like weight belt and run around and slap kids with it.
Oh my god.
And that's why no one went to our shows.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah, brother. And ended up getting in a fight with one of the other dudes in another band because he was like starting a mosh pit, and this guy was like, "Hey man, you can't mosh in here," and he was like, "Fuck you," and picked him up and threw him through the fucking table. And they're like rolling all around. We're just sitting there like, yeah, like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. And then they pulled the plug on the whole show and like shut it down and everything. And we're still playing with our stage volume. And I'm just like yelling out to the crowd like, bah!
That's fucking funny.
It was hilarious. Man, God, we have so many good stage shows. I think there's actually a video on YouTube of us playing at the Thunderdome. They opened it up for like a little while.
First Thunderdome or the second Thunderdome?
I don't know. The second, maybe? The second one, maybe?
Because I played the second one.
The second one. It was the second one. They had like a fan on the floor and stuff. It was actually pretty cool. They had like a little VIP room up there. And
yeah,
stuff.
and the big picture of Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons, yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
That was the second time around.
So
Because I didn't live here when it was open the first time.
Right.
It didn't last long. Now it's a Mexican club.
Exactly, yeah.
Or is it a Mexican restaurant?
Well, half of it was a Mexican club while it was Thunderdome.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you had to like go through the back and everything. It was a Mexican club.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And
it didn't last very long, though.
No. I think
it's a cool room, though.
It was a cool
I thought
place
it was
to
a
play.
cool room.
But we were smashing, like running into each other and stuff, and that was kind of crazy. There was a sex swing upstairs, and we decided to get on the sex swing.
There was a sex swing up there. I remember that.
And there was a lot of what one could call homoerotic things going on. To the point where we caused such a ruckus upstairs that we took everyone that was watching the band was coming up to see what the hell we were doing. And so like no one was watching.
I got nothing. That's why I'm not saying anything.
And there was like Jägermeister and whiskey were involved.
No, dude, I ain't judging you. I have to.
Yeah. It was a bunch of weird shit. I think Ben and I were scissoring on the sex swing, and there was some weird stuff going on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is there pictures of that?
Actually, there is.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah, there are pictures of that.
Hard copies or digital copies?
They're on the internet.
Oh, they're on the old interwebs. You're fucking.
Oh, blackmail. Here we go. What was the biggest one I was thinking of? We were at Phoenix Hill, upstairs, roof garden.
Which band?
We were playing Overthrown. Okay. So it was Overthrown. My cousin, I'm going to name drop this motherfucker. My cousin Robert was playing drums for us. And
hi, cousin Robert.
Hi. There was some good acts on that, some good local acts on that show. Let's see, Overthrown was the biggest one, obviously.
Wow.
Centerfold.
He has no ego, kids.
I have no ego. I think Centerfold was there. Sonic Epitaph was there. I think Heaven Hill was playing downstairs.
Who the fuck's that band?
I don't know. Some bunch of douches. Douches with bad haircuts. I'm just kidding. Maybe not. Maybe no hair. There was one dude with hair.
I don't know whether to laugh or punch you. I'm debating. Why is it always going to be hair jokes?
Why is it always going to be hair jokes?
Why is it going to be hair jokes?
So we were playing. I think we were actually.
Hold up.
Yeah.
So Heaven Hill was downstairs.
I think so.
And you were in all these bands upstairs, and you just said that Overthrown was the biggest thing there?
Oh, man. We were huge at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
We were the biggest band upstairs, okay? We were like, shut up. I don't even know. I don't even know if Heaven Hill was there. I just want to name it. Anyway, so we're getting ready to play. We're the last band to play upstairs.
I like the way you backpedal. That was good.
I know. It was pretty sweet.
That was good.
I still had my hair.
Oh, God damn it. I still have the power to edit.
You do. So
keep fucking with me.
I love you, man.
That's what I thought.
So there we were. We're playing a show. We're halfway through the set. Fucking people are into it. It's awesome. We actually there was a little mosh going on, and there's some chicks making out on the side and everything. They're like, this is pretty sweet. I'm thinking doing the guitar solo. I'm like, hey, check out these chicks. And all of a sudden, Greg and I were doing this little harmony thing, pretty sweet guitar harmonies, like dee 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 dee, and all of a sudden the drums stopped, and we keep going with it, like it'd be okay, because we're right next to each other, and we got to focus on what the hell we're doing because it's pretty complicated, right. And we're like, where the fuck are the drums? So we go back to the rhythm section. We turn around, there's no drummer on the drums. We're like, what the fuck? So like we kind of stopped. We were like, Robert, has anyone seen our drummer? He had gotten so wasted, he completely flipped off the back of his drum set, off of his throne, fell onto the floor, rolled back, and fell off the back of the stage where the little pre-stage little area was.
Oh, yeah.
And flipped back in there, hit his head on the little tree thing, and like...
Oh, motherfucker. So
and here we are, like, in the middle of, yeah, we haven't even finished our set. We're sitting there. And so, like, it was so fucked right then. People were laughing and everything. I was like, hold on, I got this. I had a guitar pedal with a drum machine on it. I hit the drum machine, and we finished the song. We're like, fuck it, we're out.
Nice. Well, at least you finished the song.
When we found out, before we went on stage, Robert, my cousin, this was pretty early. This was like 2005 or something like that. He wasn't even 21 yet. So he couldn't really even be in there when we weren't playing. Well, he was. And he was trying to get drinks. Well,
got too many drinks.
Well, to get a drink, he was like, "Well, if I snort this tequila off the bar and squeeze lemon juice in my eye and like some other shit." Or they came up with it, and so he ended up doing it and ended up passing out on stage and flipping behind his drum set.
I don't know this dude, and I know he's apparently related to you, but
he's now a bass player.
He's what?
He's now a bass player.
I don't care if he's a ball player.
Yeah, he was just like, bleh, we're like, you're done.
To snort tequila off of a ball. Yeah,
I can't remember the.
He deserved to hit his fucking head. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah, he deserved it. He hit his head hard. That was a good time.
I need some ibuprofen, please.
Yeah, please. Yeah, so we had some good times on stage.
Apparently,
a lot of drunken stuff. I think there was some fireworks at one of them. Something exploded. We had like a fog machine malfunction and like spit water on everybody in the crowd.
I love it when shit malfunctions. Why isn't this fucking working?
Why isn't this going? We had a strobe. We had this one section of the song called Utopia where the strobe light went pretty insane. Kind of like with the drums and stuff, and a girl ended up having like a seizure during our show and everything, and like that was kind of crazy.
Stacey and I have a friend like that. If it strobe lights go off too much, she makes her seize out.
Kind of go crazy.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Wisconsin was a good show. That was actually a show that went well. We had a lot of good shows. That's just, yeah,
but the bad ones are so much
more fun.
The bad
ones are so much more fun. Exactly.
Well, at least to talk about. They're not fun at the time.
No.
Retrospectively, they're funny.
We ended our show opening for Testament with Megadeth's
Peace Sells, but Who's Buying?
And so we ended with that. We did a cover of that. And like the people like going up to see the main band like all stopped, and like we just had this flood of people singing
nice
Peace Sells, and it was really really cool.
That's good.
Yeah, that was a couple stories from the stage, bro.
You just broed me. I can't believe you fucking just broed me.
Am I the first bro? Did I do the first bro?
I think so.
Yes. I think that was my goal from the beginning, was to throw a bro in there.
Well, you've thrown a few of them. I tried to
in the back of my head, I'm going to edit this shit out.
No, it wasn't that. It was just trying to let him slide by. And then the way you put the dirt on that last one, you said you were like, bro.
I had the whole thing from the beginning, bro. Just throw that bro in there.
That's it. We're moving on to what am I listening to?
I did it again tonight. Son of a bitch.
It's quite all right. Maybe I won't put music this time. Maybe I'll just fucking just let this motherfucker go.
Whatever.
Fuck it.
There'll be 5 minutes.
Maybe I'll put it so low.
5 minutes of usable footage of this.
Maybe footage.
With footage.
Where's the fucking video camera?
Shut up. Oh, what am I listening to? There's a great band from Canada called Unleash the Archers. Holy hell, they're amazing. Power metal, chick front singer. She can sing. It's super melodic.
Chick front singer?
Chick front And
I love you,
so she,
bro.
Oh man, God, they're so good. Their first few albums. Me personally, I have a bunch of friends that think they're really good. Me personally, I wasn't too like into it.
Right.
Their latest album called Awakening.
What's the name of the band again?
Unleash the Archers.
Unleash the Archers.
Fuck, they're good. They have a music video out for their song called Awakening. The album's called Apex. It's a concept album. It's all whatever. But each song stands alone. It has so much power to it. It stands alone. There's
Squirrel moment. What's the greatest concept record ever written?
Rush. Did Rush do? No.
Fucking gay. Lame.
Lame. Queensryche.
Yes. Thank you.
Mindcrime.
High five in a microphone.
Operation Mindcrime.
That is always the answer.
Yes.
Carry on.
So, Unleash the Archers.
Rush.
Very good. Album Apex.
We don't talk about Rush on my show.
Okay. There's I saw Rush. It was pretty cool. They have a music video for the song called Awakening. It's a playthrough music video. And it just highlights them all playing their parts and everything. And it will blow your mind. Like,
nice.
It's so good. Another band I'm listening to is the good band Creator. Creator's got some new stuff. Their latest album's really good.
They've been around for a minute.
They've been around for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some older guys.
It was ringing a bell.
Creator
with a K, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, they've been around for a minute.
They're fucking amazing. Went and saw them open up for Arch Enemy. There's another band I've been listening to a lot.
Yeah, that chick scares the shit out of me.
Oh yeah. They have a new singer now.
Is it a dude
Alyssa
or a
White
chick?
Glutes. It's a chick.
Better be a chick.
It's a chick, and she's hot. She doesn't have quite the power that Angela Gossow did, I don't think. She's not as convincing. She's more the visual kind of thing. She wears all this crazy shit. She's very good. Don't get me wrong, but Jeff Loomis is playing guitar for him now, and it's amazing. I love it. Another band, Havoc. We opened up for Primal Fear. Havoc was opening up for Primal Fear, and then we were before Havoc. Caught my attention back then. They were nobody. They were kind of like they were just like hopped on with Primal Fear. Now they're a big like thrash metal band, huge. What I can't remember, Metal Blade Records or something. Either way, their new album Conformicide is Conformicide. It's all about
pick a side.
Yeah. Anyway,
I got nothing.
Oh man, it's amazing. The lyrics. It reminds me of like old school Megadeth. Like
I got you.
It was very political. Blah blah blah. Super good. Very thrashy. They got some breakdowns and stuff. The Joey, take note. The bass player. The bass player in this band is stupid. I was gonna say insane and stupid. Kind of meld them together. In stupid. Oh my god.
That's all right.
So
Todd and I made up a word on our episode.
Very well.
We made up insta hate, so now there's in stupid.
Insta stupid.
No, not insta stupid. That's what happens when you eat a Tide Pod. Oh!
I like it.
Microphone.
High five.
See how it's just like a fucking knife,
quick.
like a katana.
I love it.
Sorry. Anyway,
who am I still listening to?
So you're staying, but for the most part, you're pretty much staying in the heavy world.
Yeah, I every once in a while I go back to like some old school like jazz type stuff or some like funk, some good old funk stuff. Oh, by the way, I've been doing a lot of guitar work for hip hop artists coming out of Louisville, and so I've been listening to a lot of
that is true. You
stuff.
have actually,
yeah. If you've heard of Bryson Tiller, he got huge #1 on billboards and stuff, and I've been working with his producers and stuff, and
nice.
It's been going pretty cool. It's a completely different genre of what I'm used to, and that's been going great. Coates Music Studios, I'll give a shout out to them. They're the ones that found me and brought me in, and
nice.
Now I'm getting paid to play guitar on rap albums.
Cool.
So that's kind of cool.
That is very cool. Yeah. I'm not saying this because you're sitting in front of me. This is actually true. I've seen a couple of those videos, and I dig what they're going for and what you're bringing to it. I think that's going to be really cool when it's finished. Oh yeah, it's a super cool like mix of my style of playing with the kind of groove, kind of stuff there. Because it's not really it's like old school hip hop kind of stuff. It's more of the singing aspect of the it's more like old school R&B.
R&B,
with a hip hop flavor,
right,
is what I would call it.
The
because you're not doing the whole pure rap.
No. Yeah,
They've got a lot of the old school
it's
hip
like
hop
melodic.
vibe, but they've got the old school R&B vibe as well.
There's melodies, there's singing involved. They do some little rap stuff here and there, but it's really cool. I've been doing that. I like it a lot, and so I've been trying to get that vibe, listening to a lot of like hip hop kind of stuff, R&B, Usher type stuff, whatever. Yeah.
Don't be listening to R. Kelly pee on no kids.
No, I ain't gonna listen to R. Kelly cracking your legs back and crack you open like a lobster type stuff. A little much for me.
That was a little much for me. I didn't know what the fuck that means.
I don't know. I just know I read in a magazine that was a lyric from his new album. I was like, come on, man. Lord Jesus.
Help us all, Jesus, help us.
But yeah, just listen to a lot of different stuff. A lot of flamenco guitar too, with that thing.
Yes, because everybody can see what you're pointing at.
Oh yeah, I brought my little classical guitar for some reason. It was in my car. I didn't want it out in your sketchy
Yeah, because
neighborhood
I live
outside.
in the fucking hood. I'm so in the fucking hood. You showed up at my door with a guitar. I was like, what the fuck you bringing your guitar for, dude? We're not playing music.
With your plywood tables and stuff out there. And
that was funny. My buddy Travis Greer loves that fucking table.
I do, yeah, it is very nice. This is a very nice digs. I like
Shanks. I like my home. I dig it here.
it. Yeah.
Well, that's it, kids. That's the show for the week. What you got coming down the pipe, sir?
Coming down the pipes, Overthrown. I'm gonna try to get that back together, and it's moving. It's moving forward. Moving forward slowly but surely. I'm gonna send you some music.
Send who?
Mr. Stephen O'Reilly.
I just wanted to see if
You just
say
wanted
my
to
name.
hear
I
it.
liked it. I liked it a lot. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna send you some stuff to learn and jam.
Awesome.
I like to jam with you, kind of get that feel going on. I'm hoping Joey Goldsmith will want to join along. If not, we'll find
Fuck
another
it.
bass player.
Fuck
They're a
that guy.
dime a dozen. It's okay.
No, really, they're not. Let's not say
They're
that.
really not.
They're really not.
They're not. They're so hard to find.
Good ones are really hard to find.
They are.
Let's just clarify that.
Oh yeah. And I'm hoping to jump on some movie projects and do some more of this hip hop stuff. I like it.
Nice.
That doesn't sound very metal, but I'm a musician. I'm jack of all
Music
trades.
is music, dude.
Yep.
I stopped giving a shit about labels years ago.
Yep.
I want you to look. You can't see it because the basket's in the way. Damn it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
That's okay.
There's a Neil Diamond box set over there.
Oh, sweet.
That's the only CDs you can see. The rest of them are in that blue thing behind you.
Yeah.
But yeah, music is music. I like it or I don't.
Buy records. Go buy records.
Please. I agree. So that's it. We're out of here. I hope you guys learned something about my buddy Ryan.
Thank you for having me, Stephen.
Oh, now you're going to get all proper? After you done cussed out everybody and told little kids they need to off themselves, and now you're going to be all proper?
I'm going to be all proper.
I like it.
Thank you for listening. Continue to listen to his podcast. It's amazing.
Oh, thanks. No, seriously, thanks for coming over. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having me.
Absolutely.
It's been great.
It has been great and wonderful. And I only said the L word once on this episode.
I know.
That was kind of weird. I
Yeah.
usually say it twice.
Trying to keep it back a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Until next time.
Oh, look at you. You forgot one thing, though, you smart-ass prick.
What was that?
As I say at the end of every episode, go do
some shit.
There you go. Tell them, go do some shit.
All right, guys. This is Ryan from Overthrown, the king of Overthronia. Go out there and do some shit.
I just want to point out that he said overthronia. This has turned it into a bunch of baloney. That's it. We're done. I'm cutting you off. You're out of here.
I need a shot.
So until next time, I will talk at you soon.